This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Monday. Hope you all had a great weekend. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Ray Collins, up to June 26th right now, 5 o'clock. Good morning to John Scalzi. How are you, sir?
Boy, the month's going like that, isn't it?
It sure is.
Yep. Just really fast. I'm doing great. We had a little chance to dry out over the weekend. Got some of those outdoor chores under control, I think. And now as we head into the new work week, I think we'll start to see the rain chances go back up again. So after a brief period to dry out, we're going to get wet again this week. In fact, we have some showers in progress right now across Sarasota. Light stuff for the most part, just like little patches of drizzle. That is in the process, kind of decaying away and won't be lingering through much of the drive time this morning. We'll have a little bit of cloud cover. That'll mix away, bring sunshine, and then as we head into the afternoon, we'll start to see those rain chances build back in, first in inland areas and then possibly building back toward the coastline. We'll keep an eye out for that. Daytime high temperatures remain warm, up in the upper 80s to near 90. I'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in a few.
All right, thank you, John. Checking roads first off in Manatee County, a buildup on 301 northbound as you head towards State Road 70. Farther south on the maps now in Sarasota, nothing too much to report at this hour of the day. And then farther south, we'll see nothing to report at almost 5:02 on your Monday morning.
Topping our news this morning, dozens came together in Palmetto on Sunday to honor the memory of Janiah Thomas. That's the 11-year-old girl found dead in a freezer back in 2015.
The second annual memorial comes days after Janiah's mother, Kishana Thomas, asked a judge to move her murder trial out of Manatee County due to pre-trial publicity. Our Erica Jackson shows us how relatives honored the little girl before tomorrow's court hearing.
As the anniversary of Janiah Thomas's death approaches, the community is coming together through the power of prayer.
In Jesus' precious name.
It really didn't matter the age. It was just how it was done and how she was found.
Manatee County mother Angela Barnes did not know 11-year-old Janiah, but says she ran into her mother Kishana Thomas at a nail salon in October 2015, just days before the little girl's body was found in a freezer.
Everybody in there goofed around and laughed and ha, and she was right along with us like just a normal day.
That's why dozens of family and community members prayed for Janiah at Palmetto's Lincoln Park Sunday night.
Let's come together and mourn for this little girl that we lost, our angel.
Soon, Kishana Thomas will be on trial for Janiah's death, charged with first-degree murder, child abuse, and abuse of a dead body.
Her mother needs prayer real bad, and I know what she's going through, but she might have made a mistake. We still don't know you are innocent until proven guilty.
She might have made a mistake, but God knows who did what.
It was just such a tragedy, but we still know that God will prevail.
Janiah's cousin Wayne Washington Jr. organized the second annual event and hopes she will be remembered as the sweet yet shy girl he knew before she went missing in 2014. Kishana's other children are now living in foster care or with relatives, but Washington says Sunday's vigil is a reminder to keep your friends close and your family closer.
Or maybe we need to start checking up on those cousins or nieces or brothers or sisters and just trying to figure out where everybody's at.
A motion for Thomas has been filed for Tuesday, and she's set to appear in Manatee County Court in August if her trial is not relocated. Reporting in Palmetto, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
A drowning investigation is underway this morning after a body was recovered off Holmes Beach.
The Holmes Beach Police Department confirms the victim is a 30-year-old man visiting from Orlando. The circumstances of his drowning are still not clear at this time. His identity has not been released as law enforcement continue to try and get in touch with the victim's family. And a top concern for parents as we get into the swing of summer is making sure that their child is safe, specifically at the pool. The Sarasota Fire Department, Sheriff's Office, Safe Kids Coalition, and Swim Kids USA took to the water at the Venice Gardens Civic Center. Instructors taught children and their parents some life-saving tips, including starting children off in the water early. That way they know what to do if they ever do fall into the water. Teaching kids to swim to the wall and not to people who can move or even drown themselves. Not having toys in the pool that could prove to be an obstacle when trying to swim to safety. And making sure that kids know that they always need to swim with a parent or instructor around. It is 5:05 on your Monday morning, and detectives are on the lookout for a suspect after a shooting incident in Sarasota.
It happened near 31st Street and Goodrich Avenue in Newtown and involved several gunshots. A passenger in a silver sport utility vehicle shot at a silver sedan. The cause of the dispute is still unknown at this time. Anyone with information that might help detectives identify the parties involved are asked to contact the Sarasota Police Department. And detectives asking for help in identifying an armed robber. Deputies were called to the racetrack gas station on Tamiami Trail in Nokomis. The man right here in the picture demanded cash from the clerk before running north towards Spencer Avenue. Anyone who recognizes this man is asked to contact the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office or Sarasota County Crime Stoppers at the number listed on your screen, 941-366-TIPS. A follow-up now on an accident earlier this month that shut down I-75.
Troopers say the victim has passed away. On June 1st, Joseph Turtling was driving a pickup truck north on I-75 with 15 others in the vehicle when another truck moved into the lane ahead of him. He overcorrected trying to avoid the car, and troopers believe he went across the northbound lanes twice before ending up in the center median where the truck overturned. 10 passengers sitting in the truck bed were ejected. All 16 people were taken to the hospital. 7 sustained serious injuries. And the Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Car Show brought the crowds out this week on Main Street and Lakewood Ranch. Dozens came to either bring their own or have a look at some of the unique cars. The event brought together people from all over the world.
To try an American car show. We're over from the UK on vacation and want to have a look and see what you got to offer here.
It's always fun. Plus, you usually run into guys that you've seen at other shows. You get to meet new people, you make new friends, and you'll always learn something if you're keeping your eyes open. You know, you'll learn things about cars, and it's fun.
The photographer is here.
All funds from that event will go to Suncoast Charities for Children. And another big accolade, a Suncoast restaurant is celebrating a 4th place finish in Florida's Best Beach Bar competition.
Yeah, Sharky's on the Pier in Venice celebrated its high ranking this weekend. Throughout April, people voted nationwide, in fact worldwide, on their favorite beach bars, taking into account proximity to the beach and also service. Sharky's staff said there was no better way to celebrate than with free drinks, live music, and dancing.
So we've been pushing, and a lot of our locals and people that visit us from all over the world have cast their vote. So this is our little way of saying thank you. Come out, celebrate. We're having a Sunset Beach Bash.
And all Beach Bash proceeds will go to Moat Marine Laboratory and Venice area beautification projects. Her job got easier as director of marketing.
It surely did. I love Sharky's. I like going there because it is so close to the beach.
Yeah.
You're able to just walk right out there as soon as you get a drink or after you get done eating.
It has really grown over the years, I'll tell you. Other news now at 5:08 in Sarasota, hundreds gathered to voice their opposition to the proposed Republican health care bill.
Local groups Action Together Suncoast and Indivisible Bradenton Progressive hosted a demonstration near Marina Jacks. ABC 7's photographer Samantha Chido shows us what concerns locals voice their opinion about.
What do we want? When do we want it?
So I believe that health care is a right and that every American deserves to have adequate health care.
I think we've got a good basis in the Affordable Care Act, and I think that we should work with that rather than tearing it down.
These are party first, people last issues, and our representatives are elected to protect us from this type of stuff, not to push this stuff down on us and to cause all of these people to have to suffer unnecessarily so that the rich can get richer.
So over a third of America is now, and as you age, you're going to end up with a pre-existing condition. So I think health care is a right, and that health care should be for all, and there should be a single payer system.
We have to do this and phone calls and emails and attend city meetings.
Tell your elected representatives not to take health care away from tens of millions of people.
The Senate bill was concocted behind closed doors, and now that it's available for people to see, we know how bad it is. It's worse than the House bill, and a lot of people are simply unaware.
I hope that people will express their objection to this health care bill so that a bill can be worked on in a bipartisan way.
Someone has to bring this up. You can't just close your eyes and hope that the goodness of the rich people will take care of the poor people. That has never been and will never be the case.
Happening today, the City of Venice is looking to work with the South County Food Pantry for a summer food drive.
You can find food donation boxes at the City Hall lobby throughout the week. You can drop off items like non-perishable food, snacks, cleaning supplies, paper products, and coffee. The South County Food Pantry opened in 1986 and is entirely ran by volunteers dedicated to distributing food across Venice, Osprey, Laurel, and Nokomis. The pantry distributed almost $250,000 worth of food this past year. A man is recovering after suffering symptoms of a seizure while on a fishing boat over the weekend.
The St. Petersburg Coast Guard was notified of the emergency and deployed a helicopter crew from Air Station Clearwater to transport the man to Tampa General Hospital. The victim was on a 35-foot fishing boat with 4 other men when rescue crews responded, hoisting him from the boat by stretcher into the chopper. And a fun run from Marina Jack to Anna Maria Island kicked off the Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival with a bang. Hundreds of boaters gathered with their vessels for the annual Suncoast fundraiser that gets the waterways moving with activity as more casual boat racers stop at popular spots, including the Old Salty Dog, Moore's, Seafood Shack, and also Marina Jack.
This goes on once a year. It's part of the race week curriculum. And it's just amazing. I mean, it brings all the boaters together and that support the charity, and everybody just has a blast.
The Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix runs through July 4th with race days on July 1st and 2nd. All proceeds from this weekend's race and future Grand Prix races go to Suncoast Charities for Children. And if you're out there and get some good pictures, send them our way. There's our address, mysuncoast.com. We're also on Facebook. We're at facebook.com/mysuncoast.com.abc7. So we'd love to see your pictures.
Yeah, definitely, especially some of those pictures from the race and all the events going on. We will all be there, as well as other ABC7 team members. So can't wait to see everybody out there.
It's going to be exciting. Our rain chances are going up, so it's a good time to remind everybody with all the outdoor activities that if you can hear lightning, if you can hear thunder, you're in danger of being struck by lightning. So just remember your lightning safety tips this holiday weekend, and everybody will be just fine. We're looking at better rain chances. We'll talk about them in a second.
All right, thanks, John. Still ahead, more parking meters may soon pop up across Sarasota as city leaders look to bring more money to their budget. We'll take a look at the proposed plan.
And later in the hour, a boat filled with tourists sinks in South America. We'll have the latest number of dead and still missing at 5:34.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny had been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world.
If you get knocked down, stand up again. Rip it up again. Give me one chance, give me one chance. I'm gonna make it. Give me my chance, this is my chance. I'm gonna take it.
The new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
You studied hard, went to college, and achieved your dream, but it turned into a financial nightmare. If you have federal student loans and you'd like to reduce your payments, get more time, or have your loans completely eliminated, then we have good news. With one call to Student Loan Relief Services, you can find support and guidance. We've already helped thousands of people, and we can help you too. If you have $10,000 or more in federal student loans, you can qualify for payment extensions, payment reductions, or you may qualify to have your federal student loan completely forgiven. Call Student Loan Relief Services now to find out about your options. Take control of your finances and get out from under this burden. One of our student loan experts has the answers to your questions and great solutions to ease your financial burden. We're here for you. Call Student Loan Relief Services now.
Call 800-759-0203, 800-759-0203.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So across the region, we start the morning off very warm. A combination of cloud cover and a southerly wind flow bringing us a 78-degree current temperature. And dew point is warm as well, coming in at 73, meaning there's plenty of moisture around in the air. Obviously, that got some rain showers in progress. So combination of these light winds, southeast now at about 10, and some leftover boundaries, and a land breeze in the morning is giving us these little bits of drizzle and pockets of light rain showers. It won't last long, and the morning commute should be okay. But just remember, there have been some overnight rain showers, and some of them have been fairly heavy, about 4 hours ago or so. So some of the roadways still are a little bit damp out there. 77 degrees in Wauchula, Arcadia coming in at 77, so is Mayaca, Lakewood Ranch, Parrish, Bradenton. Punta Gorda comes in at 77, so is Venice, 78 degrees in Inglewood, Northport, and 79 at Longboat Key. Fairly uniform temperatures because of all the cloud cover around. You see, we had one fairly large shower out here by Parrish and in areas that gradually saw the rain showers diminish as they got closer to the coastline, and now we're left with just sort of basically the last gasp of some of these earlier morning showers. Light patchy drizzle, especially right along Longboat Key and on up toward Anna Maria this morning. Otherwise, I don't think we're going to see much during the morning hours. Now, during the afternoon over the next several days, we do have a chance at some increasing rain showers and rain chances. And the reason for that is actually seen if we back the radar out just a little bit more as this kind of trough of low pressure that's along the east coast and in the northern Gulf waters. And that little trough of low pressure is also the kind of a focal point for moisture and showers, and will be over the next several days. It's really not going anywhere. It's stalled out, and it's just going to linger in the northern Gulf waters. Oftentimes at this time of year, we would be looking at these stalled out frontal boundaries across Gulf waters as a possible location for tropical development. But that is not the case right now. Upper level winds just not supportive of that sort of thing, so that's good news. Otherwise, it will bring some again needed rainfall to parts of the state of Florida, and we'll probably see those showers building in inland areas and be very slow movers today. So it's potential that you could see some fairly heavy rainfall in inland locations because these storms aren't going to move so much. Now, as the sea breezes begin to fade out a little bit later in the day, we might see a few of those showers backbuild toward the coastline. So we'll keep an eye out for that, and that would be nice. Every kind of spread the rain shower wealth around a little bit. We certainly, as we head into midweek, will see that occur. Everybody will get in the rainfall chance. Better rain chances this week. Clouds build in inland areas first, and then I think by midweek the rain chances probably boom up to about 60% or so. Some really pretty good rain chances as we head into Thursday, Friday, Saturday particularly. Dew point temperatures across the state remain high. That has not changed. We've had plenty of moisture at the surface right straight through the weekend. What we haven't had is this kind of upper level support. And the water vapor imagery here showing this kind of trail of high moisture content air associated with that little trough of low pressure on the East Coast. That's helping to destabilize our atmosphere. Moist air is less stable than dry air. And that'll be the case right straight through the week ahead. We'll have daytime highs that top out warm in the upper 80s, plenty of humidity around, and that rain chance at about 50 or 60% as we head into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It'll probably be a thunderstorm around each and every one of those days, but severe weather is not anticipated. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at Suncoast traffic, looks like Manatee County is pretty quiet. There are a little slowdowns on State Road 70 as you head towards 301, but other than that, pretty quiet as we head into Sarasota County. Some slowdowns on 41 really as you head south into Osprey, also north around Bee Ridge Road. I-75 looking clear as we head into South County. Pretty quiet. A little slowdowns on Business 41 as you head into Venice on your Monday morning.
It is 5:20 right now. It took more than 8 hours over 3 days, but Sarasota city leaders are now finally done talking about the city budget.
The city is aiming to spend almost $4 million less than the current year, but some departments say they're still struggling to find the funds. Our Erica Jackson shows us one way the city plans to bring in more money, and it all starts with where you park your car.
Right now, it can become a challenge to find parking on St. Armand's or in downtown Sarasota, but some drivers say it may become easier if they had to pay for that spot.
It's kind of like a central hub right here.
Laura Brunette visits the Sarasota Farmers Market each weekend and afterwards enjoys the shops, restaurants, and entertainment downtown.
I think it has a good community feeling. I think everyone's very friendly, and I think it's good because people are constantly kind of meeting, you know, whether it's the farmers market or whatever it is.
She especially likes the free parking, but parking management is short $300,000 for next year and needs to use taxpayer money and revenues from the city's general fund. It's an improvement from the $600,000 it needed for the current year, but there are plans to raise even more money in the future with paid parking on St. Armand Circle and a proposed parking meter program downtown.
Start small, work through phases, make sure that it functions properly and that it achieves our objectives so that we can see it work properly.
Parking manager Mark Lyons says strict enforcement of parking violations is not the best way to increase revenue. As improvements to the Rosemary District and Lido Beach attract more drivers, Lyons wants to create more turnover in prime parking spaces. One answer could be a 500-space parking garage in St. Armand Circle, but it will cost drivers.
What would be important, of course, is making sure that there's some element, a fair element of free parking within the garages so that we can make sure the movement is coming in off the street and into the parking garage and not the other way around.
Existing garages like the one on Palm Avenue will need money for maintenance, according to Lyons. So the city is developing plans to bring back parking meters to busy areas downtown to save on taxpayer revenue. Though people like Brunette aren't looking forward to it.
Either way, we're still paying for it, so maybe it'll help people walk and bike places more often.
Right now, the city is evaluating different meter systems to figure out which one is the best fit for downtown, and will come back with recommendations within the next 4 months. Reporting in downtown Sarasota, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
5:23 now, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. We'll tell you how Facebook is celebrating the 20th anniversary of the release of the first Harry Potter book.
And coming up at 5:30, a popular Florida highway may soon require a toll. We'll have details on the stretch of road that connects to the Florida Keys after this.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-738-9812. 800-738-9812.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling. and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Welcome back. Monday morning, 5:25 now.
Well, SpaceX had a successful weekend, pulling off what many are calling a weekend doubleheader.
And Google is stopping ads inside Gmail that scans users' email contents. ABC's Diane Macedo and Candace Gibson have Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Facebook reportedly getting into television.
The company is in talks to produce scripted shows. The Wall Street Journal reports Facebook would be willing to commit as much as $3 million per episode.
They're hoping to launch original programming by late summer.
SpaceX has successfully completed a weekend doubleheader. 2 successful launches, just 48 hours apart. That's a very quick turnaround.
And this is the best piece of video right there. One was in Florida, the other in California, and both rockets landed successfully so they can be used again.
Recycling.
Yes. Facebook, back to them. They're working some magic today because it's the 20th anniversary of the first Harry Potter book. 20.
So just posting or commenting on Harry's name or any of the 4 houses of Hogwarts invokes a wand, conjuring up some digital magic. Wingardium Leviosa.
You speak French. Those are your Tech Bites.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Eliquis.
I accept I take easier trails than I used to. I even accept I have a higher risk of stroke due to AFib, a type of irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem.
But no matter what path I take, I go for my best.
So if there's something better than warfarin, I'll go for that too. Eliquis.
Eliquis reduced the risk of stroke better than warfarin, plus had less major bleeding than warfarin. Eliquis had both.
Don't stop taking Eliquis unless your doctor tells you to, as stopping increases your risk of having a stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve or abnormal bleeding. While taking Eliquis, you may bruise more easily, and it may take longer than usual for any bleeding to stop. Seek immediate medical care for sudden signs of bleeding, like unusual bruising. Eliquis may increase your bleeding risk if you take certain medicines. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures.
I'm still going for my best. And for Eliquis.
Ask your doctor about Eliquis.
Since 1928, Karastan has been setting the standard in carpets and rugs, producing non-allergenic wools that won't promote the growth of bacteria or dust mites like other carpets will. Karastan wools actively remove contaminants from the indoor air, making your home healthier. And there are many colors and patterns and textures to choose from. Come see for yourself.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota flooring.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffy Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
I am powerful beyond my wildest imagination.
I will define my future.
I will keep challenging myself to improve.
Because I am a future leader of this great nation.
I will make a difference in my community.
I will not settle for simply chasing my dreams. I will achieve them.
Because I was given a chance.
An opportunity.
At Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America.
The ultimate leadership experience.
Join us. We'll build a new future together.
My name's Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m. on ABC 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
This half hour on Good Morning Suncoast, dozens are missing after a boat full of tourists sinks in South America. We'll tell you what happened moments before the incident.
Plus, it's getting down to the wire as Governor Rick Scott once again must approve or deny more than 30 proposed bills. We'll take a look at the measures.
And going to the Keys could soon get more expensive as Monroe County considers adding a toll for non-residents. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning. Pretty shot there. Lots of nice colors. Rosemary District at 5:31 on Monday morning.
Quiet out there right now, but it sure looks beautiful.
Yeah, very colorful, despite the darkness out there. Welcome back. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Let's check in with meteorologist John Scalzi. How are you today?
Oh, couldn't be better. Couldn't be better. Had a great weekend. Got a lot done around the house. You know, all those to-do lists got accomplished because we didn't have a whole lot of rainfall around.
Yeah.
So most of the day took place without a hitch. We do have some showers around this morning. Watch for that. If you're an early commuter, particularly, some of the roadways could still be a little bit damp because we had some pretty nice overnight showers, especially in parts of Manatee County. We'll detail that in a few minutes. Right now, just a few scattered showers left across our region, mostly along the Manatee and Sarasota border and around central Longboat Key, moving up toward upper Longboat Key. It's light stuff for the most part, basically drizzle, but there's a fair amount of cloud cover around. You'll probably notice that. It does not mean more rainfall for the morning hours. In fact, that cloud cover will basically give way to sunshine today, and we'll be left with partly cloudy skies. Those partly cloudy skies will yield a better rain chance today than we saw yesterday. And in fact, in the days ahead, the rain chances go up even more. We'll talk about that coming up in just a few. Back to you guys.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Once again, State Road 70 showing some early buildup on this Monday morning. Both sides there of 301, so note that before you head out this morning. Farther south, we'll see some extra vehicles on Bee Ridge Road heading toward 41 through the construction barrels there. And farther south, some early buildup also in both directions on 41 in our South County map. 5:33 on your Monday morning.
Topping our news this half hour, wildfires continue to tear through parts of the country out west.
And the region's dry conditions making things even worse. Reed Binion has the latest.
Parts of the West ravaged by wildfires.
We've had a lot of calls from the public asking about what the fire is doing in the area, and it's still very, very active.
Among the states affected, Utah. That's where the Brian Head Fire is located. It's the largest active wildfire in the nation, scorching more than 42,000 acres thus far.
It's heart-wrenching. I get it. You know, there's cabins up there that are generations old.
Authorities say that fire was likely caused by a weed torch. A number of communities in the area were forced to evacuate, including the entire town of Brian Head. Residents there are keeping their fingers crossed.
I just hope I can go back to rotten food in the freezer and the refrigerator stinks like, oh, get out. Yeah, it'd be nice if those things are still there to have to deal with.
More than 1,100 firefighters are in Utah with dozens of engines and helicopters. Local forecasters say thunderstorms are possible on Monday, and that could play a factor with the fires.
We're looking at another change in weather patterns, so a shift in winds, bringing some erratic winds with it, so tactics are changing accordingly.
17 other fires are also being fought across Arizona, California, New Mexico, Nevada, and Oregon. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
In South America, at least 9 people are dead, 28 still missing after a boat full of tourists capsized in Colombia.
Nearly 100 people were rescued and another 40 managed to find shore on their own, all thanks to good health. A major rescue effort involving Colombia's Air Force and firefighters continues this morning as they look for survivors at the reservoir where the accident took place. Now, it's unclear what caused the boat to sink, but survivors say the ferry appeared to be overloaded and none of the passengers on board were wearing life vests. And 15 people are dead following a major landslide that buried most of a village in China. That number is expected to rise as 118 people are still missing. The disaster coming without any warning as heavy rain caused the mountainside to crumble onto the village below. A second smaller landslide triggering boulders to topple onto the community. Search dogs, heavy equipment, and 3,000 rescuers have all been deployed in that search effort, which reveal no signs of life even after 5 hours. A hotel is also believed to be beneath that rubble. Officials saying it's unclear if any tourists are among the missing.
The United Kingdom concerned this morning over an apparent cyber attack on Britain's parliament. Every member of UK's highest legislature was shut out of their remote email after hackers attempted to break into their accounts. The attack led to the shutdown. It's not known who was behind the attack.
Blanket targeting of members of parliament, of the UK parliament, is serious. It's very serious in nature in terms of if I can get access to your email account, then I get access to a lot of information.
The hackers were going after weak passwords, so to protect yourself, make sure to use strong passwords, which typically contain letters, numbers, symbols, and not easily guessed, even by your closest friends and relatives. Good reminder for all of us, right?
That is for sure.
In the nation's capital here, backers of the proposed health care plan continue to rally more support.
Deciding votes will have to come from within the Republican Party, since no Democrats have publicly supported the bill. However, at least 5 Republican senators say they will not support the current bill. The Health and Human Services Secretary coming to its defense.
The plan in its entirety will absolutely bring premiums down because you increase competition, you increase choices for individuals, you allow folks to be able to purchase the kind of coverage that they want, not that the government forces them to buy.
So far, there are no public hearings planned on the bill, which could be taken up for a vote as early as sometime later this week. Meanwhile, a judge has ruled that Ivanka Trump must give a deposition in a lawsuit against her fashion label.
Aquazzura Italia filed the suit against the first daughter's fashion label, claiming that her brand copied its shoe designs. Her lawyers deny those claims and have called it a publicity stunt. They argued that Trump should not have to answer questions in the suit, citing conflicts with her duties as advisor to the president, and that she doesn't have any unique information about the shoe's design process. The judge denied that request last Friday. Ivanka Trump's company declined to comment on the ruling. Meantime, computer hackers took aim at Ohio Governor John Kasich. They posted this message on Kasich's official website, making reference to President Trump. The message said Trump would be, quote, accountable for every drop of blood flowing in Muslim countries. The hackers also hit the websites of Ohio's First Lady, Karen Kasich, and also the State Department of Corrections. A hacking group calling itself Team System DZ claims responsibility for the attack. Governor Kasich ran for president last year. Back here in Florida, the deadline is looming for the fate of nearly 36 state proposals.
Governor Rick Scott has until this Thursday to approve or deny 32 bills ranging from gambling in Florida to education. One of the bills would require Florida lottery tickets and advertisements to carry one of 6 warnings about gambling. Another measure would allow parents and community members to review instructional materials and then challenge them as inappropriate before a hearing officer. Now, this is the final batch remaining from the annual session of the Florida legislature that ended back in early May. Some sad news this morning from the state capitol. Former Florida Supreme Court Justice Parker McDonald has passed away. McDonald is best known for writing a 1984 decision that prevented lawyers from excluding jurors because of their race. He was appointed to the state Supreme Court in 1979 and served for 15 years before retiring after reaching the mandatory retirement age. McDonald passed at 93 years old.
A popular Florida highway may soon require a toll. Monroe County commissioners are launching a study into whether a toll could be placed on the highway that connects the chain of islands to the Florida mainland. US 1 is the primary road that runs from the peninsula all the way to Key West. One county commissioner said the idea of putting a toll on US 1 has been around for years, but some businesses are fearful tolls could scare away tourists. Supporters say a toll could ease traffic problems and that money could also be used to take care of environmental concerns. The tolls would only apply to non-residents of the Keys. Have to show ID as you pay your toll.
I know. I'm interested to see how this will all unfold. I mean, lots of people want to go to the Key, but with something like that, would it cause, numbers to go down?
Sometimes it deters people subconsciously.
Right.
A record number of U.S. travelers are heading out of town this 4th of July weekend.
According to AAA, over 40 million people will travel 50 miles or more. That's an increase of about 1 million travelers over last year, making it the most traveled Independence Day weekend that AAA has on record. The Auto Club says most people will drive to their destination, but cruises are also a big draw for the long holiday weekend.
And with summer vacation comes beach season, and with it an extra fear of shark attacks. But experts say, don't worry, the odds are definitely on your side. The National Aquarium in Baltimore says the chances of being killed by a shark are 1 in 3.7 million. Statistically, you are more likely to be killed in a car accident. Those odds are 1 in 90. That seems like a low number. You're even more likely to be killed by an asteroid or by a lightning strike. And by the way, last year there were 53 shark attacks nationwide, including 32 in Florida.
Well, speaking of lightning strikes, if you live in Florida, that statistic may actually increase as Florida continues to lead the nation in the number of people killed by lightning. 52 people in the state have been killed by lightning since January of 2007. That's the most in the nation, according to weather data. And one of those fatalities happened right here on the Suncoast when back in August of 2016, a woman was killed seeking shelter under a Sarasota pavilion. Statistics show that lightning damage amounted to over $67 million for Floridians in 2016. And this is interesting. I saw this report last week, and Florida, #1 in the nation, followed by Louisiana. So interesting.
Louisiana, really? That's surprising.
Yeah, so.
I thought it would have been Texas.
Yeah.
Very surprising, but no surprises about Florida,
Right.
that's for sure. We've always known it's the lightning capital of the world, and we'll see some of those thunderstorms around today. In fact, this week has better chances of seeing thunderstorm activity. We'll talk about it in a minute.
All right, thanks, John. Still ahead, team sports are a great way to keep your kids active, but what about the injuries they sustain at a younger age?
We'll take a look at how those injuries are becoming increasingly prominent in kids up next in Health Smart.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough! What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough! And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by 1 on any or all numbers and still win.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-747-0618. 800-747-0618.
Everything all right?
Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery?
Sure.
We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
I'm Alan Cohn. Citrus greening continues to impact the state's economy, how local citrus growers are dealing with the disease, and how experts believe it will change the future of farming.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we are looking at warm temperatures this morning, coming in at 78 degrees already. We've had a few light shower sprinkles across the region, heavier rain showers during the about 4 hours ago during the middle of the night. And some of those showers could leave some lingering slippery roadways out there, so watch for that. As we progress to the morning hours, though, the sun will come out full force and we'll be enjoying kind of a warm, muggy start to the day, but showers and thunderstorms will probably build again later in the afternoon. Southeast wind at about 10 miles per hour across the region, helping to pump humidity in. 78 in Myakka, Arcadia, Wauchula, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, Venice, Inglewood, Northport. 77 in Punta Gorda, 78 degrees Longboat Key as well, and Myakka comes in at 78. So we had those showers that built earlier on in the morning, and some of the outflow boundaries kind of pushed them along with land breezes out toward Gulf waters. They're in the process of kind of falling apart right now, and we only have a few places left where we're seeing just a little bit of light sprinkles. Nothing in the way of any lightning pops to talk about this morning, and I don't think we're going to see that. Otherwise, just the cloud cover kind of lingers across the region. The reason for those showers, in part, is because our atmosphere is a little less stable today, and it'll be probably a little less stable for the next 4 or 5 days because the trough of low pressure that's kind of outlined by this trail of rain showers on radar, they're really not going anywhere. It's kind of stuck there, stalled out as a stationary front at the surface and a trough of low pressure aloft, and a big ridge of warm domed high pressure back to the west. Really not breaking down too terribly much either. We might see a few scattered showers back to the west in wildfire regions, which will be helpful. Texas seeing a few thunderstorms as well. But for us, all of our weather really is going to revolve around sea breeze interactions in the afternoon and the instability caused by that stalled frontal boundary. It'll be a focal point for showers. In the morning hours, you might see a few more showers up in that direction, but for us, the rain shower chances really come by afternoon. Again, today we'll see those showers build along the sea breeze front in inland areas. Now, winds are going to be relatively light today, so those showers will move slowly later on this afternoon, and you could get some pretty good rainfall if you happen to be under some of them in inland areas. We'll look for better rain chances as we progress through the week. Afternoon clouds will build inland, and then especially as we get into midweek, those showers that build inland will gradually drift back toward the coastline. And those midweek and late week rain chances will be very good, coming in at about 50 or 60%, which is about where we would expect to find ourselves at this time of year. You can see the kind of moisture convergence along that stalled frontal boundary indicated here by the turquoise content on our water vapor imagery, an indication that our atmosphere is moistening up and just getting a little bit juicier, primed for showers. Today, about a 40% chance. That'll probably hold true tomorrow as well. And then the rest of the week, you know, I don't really see any changes here. We will have upper 80s and rain chances between 50 and 60%. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at traffic, looks like some slowdowns on 301 heading northbound, also State Road 70. Other than that, I-75 looking good. Downtown Bradenton looking clear as well. Some slowdowns on Fruitville Road as well as 41 heading southbound as you pass by Bee Ridge Road. I-75 looking clear as we head into South County. Pretty quiet throughout that area. No accidents. It's 5:50 on your Monday morning. In this hour's Health Smart, high-tech pill packaging may help curb the opioid abuse epidemic sweeping the country.
More than 650,000 prescription pain pills are sold each day at U.S. pharmacies. In some cases, those medications can get into the wrong hands, but a new device called a timer cap latch can help. It tracks every time a pill bottle is open, right down to the second. It can help patients to stay on top of their medication schedule and let them know if somebody else has accessed their pills. Timer caps fit most pill bottles and are available at most major drugstores.
Interesting.
Brand
I like
new.
that
Yeah,
idea.
That's high tech. Team sports can be a great way to teach kids about teamwork and sportsmanship.
That's right, but they can also lead to injuries, and more young people are getting hurt. Kim Hutcherson has more in today's Health Minute.
An overuse injury is any kind of muscle or joint injury that's caused by a repeated trauma. They can be caused by training errors or technique errors, and they're on the rise among young people. Overuse injuries are subtle, usually occur over time, and can be difficult to treat. The rising number of injuries among young athletes can be linked to several factors, including competitiveness, expanding numbers of travel teams, enthusiastic parents pushing their children too hard, and the fact that young athletes are specializing in one sport at an earlier age. A study conducted at Loyola University found that specializing in a single sport was one of the strongest harbingers of a sports injury. Experts say kids that get these sorts of injuries are also more likely to burn out and give up on that sport altogether. They advise parents and kids to focus on the fun and teamwork of the sport and not worry about winning or securing scholarships. They recommend getting kids involved in a variety of sports. And make sure to go to the doctor immediately if your little player is experiencing any discomfort or pain. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, police are caught off guard by a surprising passenger in Massachusetts.
We'll tell you what one driver did that left police asking questions after this.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now, we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. Brought to you by Batteries Plus, the Florida Lottery, and Sarasota Glass and Mirror.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, ANDservices.com.
Welcome back. Here are some of the top stories we're following for you today on the Suncoast.
Police investigate after an Orlando man drowned off the coast of Holmes Beach. They say it happened near the Manatee Avenue public access area over the weekend.
Plus, the city of Venice is working with the South County Food Pantry for a summer food drive. You can find food donation boxes in the City Hall lobby throughout the week. You can drop off items like non-perishable food, snacks, cleaning supplies, paper products, and coffee.
And high honors for Sharky's on the Pier in Venice. The popular beach spot celebrated this weekend after being voted the 4th best beach bar in Florida. Proceeds from the celebration go to Moat Marine Lab and the Venice area beautification projects.
Finally this hour, kind of an odd story here. A trooper noticed a passenger in a vehicle who just didn't seem right while he was monitoring traffic on the I-93 high occupancy vehicle lane in Massachusetts. Turns out it was a fake, just a mannequin with clothes on it. The driver was later cited for the violation because the lane is actually for 2 or more actual human beings.
I didn't say that before.
Interesting. That's one way to save costs if you're trying to, but now you have a fine on top of it.
Yes.
Heard those stories before.
Yeah.
That piece of real estate must be very important to a lot of commuters.
We'll update the forecast and local news in 2 minutes. Stay with us.